All right, grade 8. This is chapter 8G on real life graphs. And so what we're going to do in this chapter is we're going to go ahead and talk about how equations relate to tables, which then make graphs. So we're going to look at two examples here, and these two examples are actually in your textbook. So you're more than welcome to actually follow them also in your textbook. So let's go. Mark needs to arrive at the airport 2 hours before his flight. The total time of his journey, T hours, depends on the distance, x miles, that he flies. It can be calculated using this formula, t equals x divided by 500 plus 2. Now, x, as indicated, represents miles. T, as indicated, represents the total hours of his journey. So here you're given a table of values where x is given your miles and t is your hours. So we are given these values here to actually fill in to the equation and solve. So simply, if you know your equation is t equals x over 500 plus 2, and the first value we want to work with is 500, we simply replace that x because this represents x. We're going to go ahead and rewrite it as t equals 500 divided by 500 plus 2. 500 divided by 500 simply is going to just make 1 plus 2, which gives us a value of 3. So therefore, it takes him 3 hours to travel 500 miles. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the 1,000. So t equals 1,000 divided by 500 plus 2. 1,000 divided by 500, that's going to make 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then we're going to do the same thing with the 2,000. T equals 2,000 divided by 500 plus 2. 2,000 divided by 500 is going to leave you with a 4 plus a 2, that makes 6. And then finally, we'll do the same thing with 3,000. T equals 3,000 divided by 500 plus 2. 3,000 divided by 500, well, that's going to be 6. 6 plus 2, that's going to make 8. And so once you have these are basically coordinates. The first coordinate, so I'm going to go ahead and clear all, just refill that in, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So these are our coordinates. This first coordinate is basically 500 by 3 because your x value is represented by the number 500 and your y value here is actually represented by t. And so it counts as your y. So what we're going to do is we're going to graph it on a set of axes. And if you notice here that this axis right here, they're counting by 1,000s, but in between you have 500s. And it goes by an interval of 500s, whereas on the y-axis, which is basically represented by your hours, it's going by every 2, and between there's 1. And so the first coordinate is 503. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 500, we're going to go up to 3, and then we're going to make a point. Then the next one is 1,004. Next one's 2,006. Now keep in mind, be very careful with this. Now ideally this should be on grid paper. In my situation here, I'm missing the grid paper. Let's try that one more time. And then 3,000 by 8. Once you have all your coordinates, just like I talked about in class, you want to make sure you connect the dots, but as well you exaggerate and extend the line just a bit so that because lines never end, and when you look at the line, you're able to use it to find information. So we've copied and completed the table values. We've drawn the graph, and now we want to know how far does he travel if the journey takes 7 hours. So what we want to do is you could technically plug the 7 hours into the equation and say 7 equals x divided by 500 plus 2 and solve for x. Yes, you can do that, certainly. However, if you have a graph, you can also actually look for 700 and find where does it cross the x-axis. So if I had graph paper, that would probably be a little more accurate. However, because I don't have graph paper, what I can do is actually I'm going to go ahead and solve it in the equation. I think it's 2,500, but let's check it out. So using your algebra skills, 7 equals x divided by 500 plus 2. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2 from both sides, just like we talked about in class. And this will make 5 is equal to x divided by 500. Now I'm going to go multiply it by the inverse, like we've done in class, 500 to each side times 500 to each side. Oops. And that's going to make x, and that cancels out, x is equal to 2,500. Yeah, okay, so I was right. So technically, this line should touch 2,500, and that's kind of what happens when you don't have graph paper. That is why it's important to make graphs on graph paper. So how far does he travel if the journey takes 7 hours? 2,500. Now on the next example, we're going to go ahead and look at currency. The number of New Zealand dollars, Y, that Mark gets when he changes X British pounds is given by the formula Y equals 5x divided by 2 minus 3. In this situation, he has to change at least 5 pounds. And what that means is that he can't go in and say, I'd like to exchange 4 pounds. I'd like to exchange 3 pounds. No, no, no. The minimum here is you have to exchange 5 pounds or more. The problem says, draw a graph of y against x for values of x from 5 to 30. What that basically is saying is, draw a graph of this equation using the values of x from 5 to 30. That's really what it's saying. So what you need to do here is you need to create a table of values to continue. So here we go. We have our table of values. We have to use the values from 5 to 30. But you know what? Like I said before in class, you really only need at least 3 to 5 points to create a graph. And one of the values that I always use is, well, I like to use 0, but here it won't let me because we have to use 5 to 30. Now, it's because the minimum amount of money that we can exchange is 5. So it doesn't make sense to graph 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because in this situation, we can't even exchange that amount of money. So we're going to start with 5. We're going to go to 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. So if you plug 5 into this equation here, 5 times 5 is 25. 25 divided by 2 is going to be 12.5. 12.5 take away 3 is going to leave you with 9.5. Then if we work with 10, 50 times 10, 5 times 10 is going to make 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 25 take away 3 will give us 22. And actually, because of the graph that I'm working with here, and I have values of 10, I have x values of 10, 20, 30, I think I'm going to go ahead and just work with those values right now for the sake of also simplicity. So 5 times 20 is 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50. 50 take away 3 is going to be 47. And for 30, 5 times 30 is 150. 150 divided by 2 is 75. 75 take away 3 is going to be 72. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and graph these. 5 at 9.5 since I happen to have that. So it's going to be somewhere under here. Now ideally, again, I mentioned best with graph paper. Okay, 10, 22, 10, 22, it'll be somewhere around here. Ideally, these should make straight line graphs. If you notice that your line starts to do some funny, awkward things, like it does that, or not that, like it does that, or like it does that, or it does something like that, in this situation, it's not going to work because these are linear equations. They should just make straight lines. Okay, so 2047 is somewhere approximately right here, and 3072 is somewhere approximately right here. So when you draw a line straight through them, there we go, then from here you can actually use this line to analyze for more information. So for example, if I want to know how many how much 50 New Zealand dollars is worth in pounds, I'd go down and say, oh, it looks like it's approximately, well, close to 20 pounds, which actually is true. It's 47. So we use these lines to help us find information. Again, with gridded graph paper, it actually will be so much more clear. So the question that we're supposed to answer here is why the graph stops at a certain point. And I think I've actually explained this repeatedly. It stops at this point of 5 because it actually doesn't stop at the top. It just keeps going. If this graph were bigger, it's just going to keep going. However, it stops at 5. And I've explained this repeatedly actually in this example. It's because he has to change at least 5 pounds and no less. And that is why this line graphs. Normally we would extend this line. Yes, we would extend it through the axes. But in this situation, in this real life situation, we don't because of that reason. And that's it.